While everyone seems to be talking about the Galaxy S9, Sony has unveiled their new flagship Xperia XZ2 and its smaller brother, the XZ2 Compact. So the XZ2 marks Sony's first phone redesign in about 3 years, ditching the harsh, squared-off omnibalance look for a more curvy, softer look, or what Sony's marketing team call an ambient flow, with the aluminium unibody offering a curved back and rounded edges. It's definitely more comfortable to hold than previous Sony phones, but I do find the new fingerprint reader, which is now near the middle of the back of the phone, is just a bit too low down and awkward to reach. It's also fairly chunky, and despite this, Sony apparently couldn't find room for a 3.5mm headphone jack, which still may be annoying for some people. We do get IP68 water resistance though, and it has Gorilla Glass 5 on both the front and the back. I'm not completely sold on the look, if I'm honest, but Sony's phones did need a fresh new design, and that's what we've got, although I do think the XZ2 looks much nicer than the Compact. On the front, they have made some effort to trim the bezel, but in a world of edge-to-edge screens, the XZ2 still feels a little 2017. Now specs-wise, this has everything it needs to compete with the Galaxy S9 and any other flagship out there, and even a few tricks up its sleeve that might make it a better option. We've got a 5.7-inch Full HD Plus display, the latest Snapdragon 845 processor, along with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and as you'd expect, it will come running Android 8 Oreo with Sony's UI skin on top. So no surprises really, it feels fast and nice to use. But it's the camera where the XZ2 really stands out. It may only have one lens, unlike a lot of other top-end phones these days, and the 19MP rear camera is basically the same as last year's XZ1. However, thanks to the new Snapdragon 845 and a new image signal processor, the XZ2 can now record 4K HDR video, and toggling HDR on and off in the camera app shows what a huge difference this can make to the range and vibrancy of colours it can capture. Not only that, but it now shoots 960fps super slow-mo video at 1080p, that's up from 720p on last year's XZ1. And so on paper at least, it even beats the new Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus in terms of slow-mo video. But I will of course test out the camera properly in my full review, so do subscribe and stay tuned for that. Sony's also added a haptic feedback engine that vibrates when you're listening to music, watching videos or playing games. I gave it a try and you can definitely feel it, although you can turn it off if you like or even adjust the intensity. It feels a bit like the rumble of a PlayStation or Xbox controller, but in the back of the phone. And if I'm honest, I did find it a bit distracting for videos and music. It seemed to buzz whenever it liked, but it could be better for gaming. It did seem to work well in Angry Birds. So that's all pretty cool, but first impressions are that there's nothing really that, well, stands out particularly. Although the same could be said, of course, for the new Galaxy S9. They did also give us a glimpse of their new dual camera systems that they'll bring to phones later in the year, so it could be worth actually holding off on the XZ2 for something like the XZ2 Premium coming in a few months. So the Sony Xperia XZ2 offers a spec bump, a refreshed design, a couple of new video features, and better sound with haptic feedback, which is good, but probably not enough reason to upgrade if you have last year's model. As for pricing, we're looking at £699 here in the UK, which is about 40 less than the S9, and it'll start shipping in April 2018. So what do you think of the XZ2? Do you like the new design? Let me know in the comments below. Stay tuned for my full review and camera comparison videos coming soon. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time right here on the Tech Chap.